Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're one of my subscribers. I just recorded this and forgot to hit the record button. Oh my god, I'm having one of those days. I have a lot going on. I've been really busy, plus kind of lazy, mainly more lazy than anything because I've been waiting on some more car parts before I finally started installing everything. My Whipple 370Z still exists, I still own it, even though I own the Supra. Basically, I have a lot going on. It's on a trickle charger, if you didn't notice, because it sits in here a lot during the winter time frame because I do live in a cold environment outside of Washington, D.C. and Maryland. So what I have going on is that is a dual pass heat exchanger. That big Mama Jama big box is a triple pass heat exchanger, much larger. It's going to keep it much cooler, especially during the hot summer. I'm going to be disconnecting the battery, so I'm going to be pulling that out. I'm going to be pulling the front bumper off to replace that. I also have this train horn that's been sitting there for 2 years, and I'm going to finally start installing and wiring. I'm probably going to have to buy more hosing and stuff like that, but a ton of gauges that I also want to install. The gauge pod for the A-pillar holds 2 gauges. I'm going to replace those 3 gauges right there in the car. Also, I have a lot of other kind of surprises going on. If you notice, my taillights are back to the stock taillights. I shipped out my ghosted taillights back to Unique LED to get warranted because it had some fog and stuff going on in it. I also ordered one of these because I am also going to have this ghosted. So battery on this camera is about to die. Apparently my luck today of trying to record and do stuff is just, I just want to give an update. I'm going to be working on the car here in a little bit, and that way you're aware. Videos are going to be coming for my car. It's just kind of, it's going to be slowly going as I try to get work done while I have a full-time job. So this is kind of just a weekend evenings when I get the chance to do it. Kind of prep the garage, put the mat down so I can put my bumper over here, and you can see the chaos. So yeah, a lot going on. I have a train horn, a whole big train horn that's been sitting there for 2 years, and I'm going to try to tuck up underneath here once I have the new heat exchanger in there. So a lot going on, and we'll see what happens. So bye. Alright, so front bumper is removed, and you can see that, that is oil. That oil is from the oil cooler behind it from Z-Days. That fitting back there, which is hard to see, the fitting right there was leaking, and that was leaking a little bit right where it meets the oil cooler, and then it was leaking on that side. So the thing is guess what? I had it fixed, but apparently not, because I have oil all over the place. Yeah, not so much fun. See my Z1 pan that I put in, temp sensor, but I cleaned it up a bunch, but there's like oil everywhere, and I'm not sure where it's leaking from. Pretty sure it's leaking from one of the fittings, or worst case is that cooler is actually bad and the cooler itself is leaking. I'm going to start the car up here in a minute and try to figure out where it's leaking from. Let it run for a little bit and see. Maybe I'll have a puddle underneath this cooler somewhere, something. Hopefully it's leaking from somewhere that's obvious. I did put this new pan in, the spacer, so a new filter, oil change and all that. So maybe, and I've driven it since, maybe somehow something's loose and leaking? I don't know. I think it's probably this front heat exchanger might be, or not heat exchanger, oil cooler might be the problem. So I'm gonna run the car for a little bit and see if maybe I get it to leak and figure out what's going on. So yeah, fun times. Alright, so I just want to kind of show you the mess. So yeah, my oil cooler, I think my oil cooler is actually leaking. I think there's like a leak in the oil cooler because I don't see any oil by the fittings at all, but like there's oil all running all over the actual oil cooler itself. Yeah, not cool at all, not cool at all. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Basically where the heat exchanger mounted, the brackets that I had to modify to make it fit before. And yeah, look at this bad boy. I don't know how I'm gonna get this thing to fit, but it's different because now you have that was on, you know, the one side, but the new one, you have this extra two, which I don't know why there's two, and then it has the pump on the other side. So I don't know why there's two connections, which is kind of weird to me. I'm gonna have to figure that part out. But yeah, it's much larger, and I'm gonna have to figure out setting this thing up, how to mount it.